Alrighty, hello again. My name is Jordan and I am from SerendipityOA. And in this video, I am going to discuss how to make your own copy of the order tracker and then also how to activate the automation or scripts within the spreadsheet as well. So when you first are given the link to the order tracker, you do want to make sure you make your own copy. This will add the copy into your own Google Drive and then will ensure that it is only shared with yourself and not to the general public, so nobody else can see the data that you input into the sheet. And so that's pretty simple. You just go inside the order tracker here, go to File, and then come down and click Make a Copy. And then just make sure that it does indicate that it is also copying the script as well. This will just ensure that it actually copies the script that is within the spreadsheet already. And then we can just go ahead and make a copy. And now we can see that the name of the form has been renamed to copy of SerendipityOA order tracker. So that means it's all good. And now what we would want to do is if your on-screen calculator or your program like RevSeller, SellerAmp, etc., if you can link existing spreadsheets to it, we could go ahead and activate the scripts automatically. If you use a program like SellerAmp, they do not link directly to existing spreadsheets, and you have to make a new spreadsheet within SellerAmp, which we'll go over in more detail in another video. So if you're using SellerAmp, review that video first before doing anything here. Otherwise, you're going to be repeating a bunch of steps. But if you have a program like say like Seller Assistant where you can link existing Google Sheets, then you can start following these steps immediately. So then to activate these scripts, what we want to do is we want to come over to Extensions and click the Apps Script button. And this will bring us into the scripts section of Google Sheets. And we can see that since we made a copy, all of our script is already in the script section here. It's already good to go. What we have to do is we just have to tell the Google Sheets of how often that we actually want to deploy this script. So we do that by coming over to the timer section over here, or the trigger section, sorry. And what we're going to do is we're going to come down and click the Add a Trigger button down here. And what we have to do is we have to add a trigger for each separate sheet. So we have to do one for the online arbitrage sheet, the RA arbitrage sheet, and the wholesale sheet as well. And what this is doing is this is just telling Google Sheets of how often we want the script to actually run. So what we'll do is we'll choose online arbitrage up here. We'll just leave this at head right there. For the select event source, we are going to select time driven. So that's going to tell the software that we want this script to run on a clock or every amount of time that we specify. Instead of hour timer, I go minutes timer, and I like to have my script run once every minute. You may change it to your liking, but I find once a minute is perfect. It's not too soon, and it doesn't extend for long periods of time, so it's constantly updating, so that's all good. And then for the failure notification settings, this is just a setting that it'll send you an email if there are any failures that happen within the script itself. So I will just default this to a weekly. I don't like to receive emails every single day, and most of it's not relevant anyway. And then we simply click on Save. And then once this saves for us here, it says it may take a few moments. But basically what we'll do is we will go back in and add a new trigger for each section the exact same way. This is taking a little bit longer than expected. Okay, so you also want to re-log into your email. And it's just going to indicate that it wants access to your Google account. So you can look through the code if you want somebody to verify it for you. There's nothing nefarious in it. It's all within Google Sheets itself. We're not tracking any data. Just to run any scripts within Google Sheets, it does require this access to your Google account. So you just come down here, you click Allow. And now that trigger has been set up. So now we'll do the exact same thing. So we'll click Add a Trigger. We'll change online arbitrage to retail arbitrage. Change this to the time driven. change the hour to minutes, make sure it says every minute, and then the notification settings will go weekly, and we'll save that guy. And that one is a little bit quicker because we've already connected our email. And then lastly, we will do the wholesale section. Alrighty, so now these scripts are set up and they are good to go. And we can confirm up here that the script actually just recently ran for the OA section. And again, once every single minute, the script will run for our software here. And that is the entire process. So from here, you can begin using your spreadsheet as you normally would. Again, if you are using SellerAmp, you want to follow some steps before doing this. But if you're connecting to an existing spreadsheet within your program, or if you're using this manually, which I wouldn't recommend using it manually, then you are completely good to go.